What is up, y'all? Goofy Rexy here, and I hope you guys are all doing well. So, new and exciting team coming to Marvel Strike Force. We got a new Shadowland team here, and as you can see, we got some new characters that are going to be a part of that Shadowland team. Moon Knight, White Tiger, yes, they are coming to Marvel Strike Force. I know that the rumors are out there. It is confirmed. These two characters are coming. We also got some reworks for Elektra right there, Daredevil, and also Night Nurse. Night Nurse, it's been a while, man, since Night Nurse has gotten a rework. She has not been relevant in this game since 2018. So very exciting that she's going to be getting a rework here. We're going to be going through the new kits and also the rework kits. And we're also going to talk about this here too. They're currently right now fighting the Black Order team in war, and they're supposed to beat them at least in a punch across. You know, we're going to talk about their kits and how that's going to be relevant, you know, to some matchups here for Black Order. It was the potential other teams that they could beat, you know, in Marvel Strike Force, you know, the Shadowland team. But listen, let's not tarry any longer, guys. Let's actually get into the video right now. All right, guys, welcome back. So the first character that we're going to be going through here, the first character on this list is going to be Moon Knight. I do want to highlight this, though. A lot of this information is going to be subject to change. And the reason why that's the case is because Scopely's going to be trying to make sure that this team is up to snuff, right? As a fantastic war team, they want to make sure that this team is going to be able to counter multiple teams in war. So a lot of this stuff, the kit is subject to change, and I think that that's a very good thing. You know, they don't want the same thing to happen like the Skill Military team, right? Where they initially had really high hopes and things did not go well. So for this team, they want to make sure that this team is going to be a top-notch team that you can use, you know, in war, especially considering that a lot of the characters that are going to be a part of this team, you are at least have 3 of them already, right? Night Nurse, Daredevil, and Elektra, you know, so they also want to make sure that with these new characters that this team is going to do very well. So I do want to say, I think that it was good, but I also do want to say that this stuff is subject to change. There may be some changes moving forward with the kits here, but let's dive into Moon Knight. So traits: Hero, City, Mystic, Brawler, and Shadowland trait, obviously. So Hero, City, Brawler, pretty good, you know, for your block party. Also going to be an option for your Heroes Chapter 7-1. You know, pretty good, right? Basic ability here, attacking a primary target for 340% damage, and then gaining a random positive effect for 2 turns from this list. So you're going to get a combination of any of these two, whether it be counter, offense up, or speed up. All good positive, you know, positive effects to have. So that's pretty good. When forced to attack an ally, this character deals less damage to Shadowland characters. So obviously characters that are on his team, he's gonna land less damage. Would hope that at some point they're gonna define what less damage mean. What exactly is the reduction, you know, on that? What exactly is less damage? I would anticipate and expect that they're going to define that. Also think that this is very big too, because if you're gonna be looking to counter a team like the Marauders, right? You're gonna want to have this ability because, or you're gonna benefit from this because Emma and Mystique obviously control characters to attack your allies. So that's a very big thing, you know, when it comes to the basic ability. Now for the special ability, Night Guardian, 5 out of 5 in terms of energy cost, attacking the primary target for 310% damage, plus rebound chaining to 3 to 5 adjacent targets for 240% damage. Right, so a lot of this is going to be based on stats. What type of damage output is Moon Knight doing? I expect that it's gonna be pretty good just based on, you know, what we know about Moon Knight from the comics, right? I think that he's gonna be doing some pretty good damage here, and then he's gonna be gaining 100% crit chance on any target that has a negative effect. We know Black Order and Marauders, they tend to have a lot of positive effects, so I could see how this ability could work pretty well. This attack cannot be blocked, and then of course counter attack breaks this chain. This attack not being blocked is pretty big too, because there's going to be a lot of teams in war that you're most likely going to be facing that do have the flex on them, right? So that's a pretty good deal to be able to have this ability not be blocked. And of course, with the extra crit chance, maybe potentially Raider might be a good ISO, you know, on Moon Knight. Now with the ultimate ability, once again, 6 out of 6. So you're going to get this right off the bat. Gonna have a long cooldown though, but 6 out of 6 right off the bat. Attacking all enemies for 380% to 500% damage. Once again, hoping that this is going to be defined later. And then you're going to be applying heal block to those enemies. And then in addition to that, you're going to have a 50% chance to apply up to 3 additional negative effects for 2 turns to each enemy from this list. So you're going to have an opportunity here for a combination of one of these or 3 of the up to 3 of these to land. So whether it be bleed, blind, defense down, disrupted, offense down, and slow. Once again, I want from a stats perspective, focus is going to be pretty important. You're going to need high focus in order to be able to do this. Also, this is going to be pretty RNG based, right? You probably are going to want to land blind and disrupted on a character like Cull Obsidian. Blind probably on Moss so that he's not able to do his ultimate ability, when they steal 15% damage. Things like that are going to be big, but obviously this is RNG based, which gives me a little bit of a pause, because if this doesn't land the right negative effects, this could really be the match for you, right? So that's going to be a little bit of a concern for me. Does gain, also I was concerned about focus, does gain 100% to 200% focus for this attack. So forget me talking about focus. And then in war, this attack clears all positive effects on each enemy. This is massive, and one of the reasons why they probably are going to be able to counter Black Order. Being able to clear all positive effects on each enemy, absolutely big. And then passive ability, Fist of Non-Shu, probably said that wrong. This character cannot block, which sounds weird, but then when you continue to read, if this character gains deflect, or at the end of any character's turn, if this character has deflect, flip deflect to offense up plus speed bar by 20%, gain 15% damage reduction. Once again, very big to be able to reduce the damage that you are taking. 40% resistance, 30% max health. Shadowland allies also gain 30% max health, and then in war, while this character has counter, gain 50% damage. So pretty good kit so far for Moon Knight. We're gonna jump into White Tiger next. All right, guys. So for White Tiger's kit, looking at traits here: Hero, City, Mystic, Brawler, Mystic for Moon Knight too, which pretty cool, right? So definitely could probably find some use there. Brawler, and then Shadowland trait. So basic attack primary target for 300% damage, plus apply heal block for 1 turn and defense down for 2 turns. I could work with that. This attack deals double damage to summoned characters. So looking at this ability here, I think that's a pretty key one, for facing Mr. Sinister. Mr. Sinister takes clones. They count as summons, so being able to beat those characters or do double damage against those characters, I think is pretty big. So right now I'm seeing a lot more. I can definitely see how they can counter Black Order, but I'm seeing a lot more opportunities for them to counter Marauders, so separate to see, but let's continue to read on here. When this character performs a counterattack or assist, she applies defense down for 2 turns and then slow for 2 turns on each target. Love the basic ability here. This is really good. And then when forced to attack an ally, once again, we're going to see here, this character deals less damage to Shadowland characters or Shadowland allies, we want to say. So really love the basics so far. Special ability, 4 out of 4, getting this right off the bat again. Attacking primary target for 140% piercing, plus 20% piercing per Shadowland ally. Really good. Piercing, I love piercing abilities because it bypasses armor, does more damage, so I always love piercing. Also, bonus attacking 3 times for 60% piercing, plus 20% per Shadowland ally, which is also very, very, very good. And applying heal block for 1 turn. So really a lot of heal blocks, with this character, and disrupted for 2 turns. So those heal blocks are going to be pretty big against Black Order teams, but I think a lot of other teams, so far in Marvel Strike Force in war is going to be pretty big too. And then disrupted for 2 turns. I think this is the one where I'm like, disrupted, being able to land that on Cull Obsidian, I like that one right off the bat. And then in war, applying ability block for 2 turns as well. Really loving White Tiger's kit and what she's bringing to the table here. Ultimate ability, 2 out of 4. Heal self for 50% of this character's max health, plus clear all negative effects. Then attack the primary target for 600% damage, plus apply heal block. So the ultimate here, we're gonna need to know stats. But 600% damage always looks like a lot, and with the piercing damage. So White Tiger seems to probably be the biggest damage dealer on this team so far. We're yet, well, I mean, we do have that big ultimate for Moon Knight, but it's looking pretty good that White Tiger is going to be doing some pretty good damage here. So I'm excited about that, and a lot of heal blocks and disrupts. But let's go to the passive here. Unspawn, filling speed bar by 10%, plus 5% speed bar per Shadowland ally for self and all Shadowland. So I like the fact that she's boosting Shadowland characters as well. Unspawn, apply offense up for 2 turns to self and all Shadowland allies on kill, filling speed bar by 70%, gaining 50% focus, also giving focus to Shadowland characters. So I'm very confident about her being able to land a lot of her abilities, and some of the rest of the team also being able to land their abilities as well, or clearing negative effects. Very, 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 very good so far. And then in war, 30% resistance for self and all Shadowland allies, and then on war offense specifically, gain 20% damage for self and all Shadowland allies as well. So listen, White Tiger and Moon Knight as new characters, they look very, very, very good. You know, I'm excited about their kit so far. We're obviously going to take a look at the Rework characters kit pretty quickly, and then all right, so jumping into the Rework kit. So first up is going to be Daredevil. So base stat is going to be reworked here. It's going to be improved by 11%. I think that that's probably a pretty significant amount. You know, he's a character that I've always thought does really good damage, gives pretty good, you know, the counters and stuff like that I think are pretty helpful, and the speed that he gives to a team, or at least his team, right, the Defenders team, and then now of course the Shadowland team. I've always thought that he's been an okay character, but just cannot survive. So the increased 11% health I think is going to be pretty big. But let's go into what's changed here with his kit. So basic ability, we're just going to talk about the new stuff. What's being added here is that he's going in. So previously before, 50% chance to bonus attack for 200% damage. With the rework here, he is going to always bonus attack for 200% damage. This is probably going to need to, I don't know exactly if this is going to be an ability that needs to be T4'd, but I'm hoping not. Like the Skilled Military Team, I'm really hoping that this is not going to be the case. But this is what we have here. Bonus attack for 200% damage. And then additionally, when forced to attack an ally, this character deals less damage to Shadowland characters. So you're going to see that pretty much basically in every one of their kits. With the special ability here, he's now going to be applying 2 counter to self and all Shadowland allies. So before, obviously, Defender allies, but now it's going to be Shadowland allies. With the ultimate ability here, if this character has 3 or more Shadowland allies, this attack cannot be blocked. So I think right now we have a couple attacks. I think Moon Knight's attack, if we jump back up, special ability cannot be blocked. I think that might have been it. I don't think there was anything that could not be blocked with White Tiger's kit, but Daredevil's kit cannot. There's an attack that cannot be blocked. The ultimate cannot be blocked, so that's pretty good. And then with the passive ability here, he is going to be giving speed to the Shadowland allies, so 10% speed. Then he's going to be gaining 5% dodge chance per Shadowland ally. And then in war down here, if this character has offense up, gain 25% crit chance for each Shadowland ally. So obviously 4 Shadowland allies, you're going to be getting 100%, you know, crit chance. You know, and keep in mind too that White Tiger on spawn does give offense up to other Shadowland allies. And so therefore, and I think it's for 2 turns, right? If I'm not mistaken, on spawn, apply offense up. Yeah, for 2 turns, you know, so he is going, so this passive ability here, you know, that's going to be pretty big. You know, he's going to have at least for 2 turns, be able to do, you know, 100% or gain 100% crit chance for, you know, by having these Shadowland allies here, getting an additional 10% speed for self, and then also giving Shadowland allies 10% speed as well. So that, I think that's pretty good, you know, rework for him, especially the way that he's going to be working on this team. I think that's a pretty decent rework, pretty decent bump. The 11% increase in health is a big one for me, and definitely being able to having some extra crit, you know, in this kit, I think is also very good. Obviously, it's only in war, so that kind of sucks, you know. So in terms of if you were thinking about this team being able to beat Black Order outside of war, or probably Marauders outside of war, probably not going to be the case. But at least in war, they're definitely going to have a chance with this new updated stuff here. Then when we go to Elektra, she also gets that 11% stat boost as well. Also the added trait of Shadowland, as well as Daredevil getting that added trait. With some of the new reworks in her kit here, if this character has 3 or more Shadowland allies, or the target is a defender, apply 3 bleeds. So with, Shadowland, she's going to be applying 3 bleeds and gaining 1,000, extra focus for this attack. When forced to attack, once again, we're going to see this in everybody's kit, right? The character is going to deal less damage to Shadowland characters. Then with the special ability, previously before it was 160% damage. She's going to now be attacking for 300% damage, which I think is a pretty big jump up, right? Remember, she's also going to be getting that offense up from spawn with White Tiger. So that's going to be another pretty significant bump, to the special ability. Might mean a little bit more. And then she's going to be clearing 2 of the 3 positive effects. So she could clear a 3rd positive effect here. Previously it was only 2. She's going to be gaining stealth for 2 turns, now. And then with her ultimate ability, she's attacking the primary target for 600% damage. So 70% more, which I think is decent enough to talk about, right? And then 20% piercing, always like piercing. And then in war, with 4 or more Shadowland allies, apply Disrupted for 2 turns to the primary target. Love the disrupts again. I think that's 3 characters now on this team that can apply Disrupt. Moon Knight having the ability to land one of those as a negative effect. Definitely White Tiger, and now Elektra being able to land Disrupt. So I think the Disrupts are going to go a long way, and then being able to counter Black Order. And then, of course, getting a 500% extra focus for this attack. So being able to also land it by getting these extra focus boosts is very, very, very big. And then passive ability, Unspawn, apply Evade and Stealth to all adjacent Shadowland allies. So if we jump back, to the video here, when we could actually jump back to the video here when we took a look at this, right? Let me pull it up. When we took a look at this, she is right here in the middle, and Daredevil's here. We also have Night Nurse here. So that's the way that they worked it. I don't know if that's going to be the best direction to go. I think maybe Daredevil and Night Nurse are probably maybe the characters that have the lowest health. So maybe you want to protect them. This health stats on White Tiger and on Moon Knight might be better. So maybe that might be the optimal position for them. Don't know yet, but I just thought at least let's jump back and take a look at it. And since it was there, but yeah, definitely. I like the kit. I think it's good. In war, she's also gaining 40% focus. Shadowland allies is also gaining 40% focus. So a lot of focus with this team. A lot of focus buffs here. She's on spawn. She's generating 1 ability energy for self. And if this character has 4 more Shadowland allies, she's gaining 85% chance to revive on death. It looks like before she only had a 15% chance to revive. So now that 85% is going to be a significant boost for her. Then we jump to Night Nurse right now. So she's getting the added Shadowland trait too, right? This was the old. A lot of new stuff added to the new. Damage went up by, what's that, 70%. She's going to be applying slow for 2 turns, as opposed to the 50% chance to apply slow before. And then these additional stuff. If this character has 2 or more Shadowland allies, flip 2 positive effects to negative effects on the primary target. It's again pretty big. She's going to be having some extra focus, from the group here. So she's probably going to be able to flip these 2 positive effects. So very big again against Black Order, and probably against some other teams too that, tend to have a lot of positive effects. Same thing, when forced to attack an ally, it does less damage to Shadowland characters. Her special ability here, she's going to be clearing. So new. So old was just heal lowest, 20% health. Now she's going to be clearing 3 negative effects from the most injured ally and all adjacent allies. So I like that one. Heal the most injured ally and all adjacent allies for 4,200% health, 20% max health. So kind of the same as here. It's just that now she's going to be doing it to all adjacent allies. And then she's going to be calling an ally with the highest damage to attack the primary target. So love the special ability here. I think she starts off with this right off the bat too. It's not showing it here, but I think that it's like a 3 out of 3 or 4 out of 4. So she's going to be able to do this right off the bat. You might not want to though, because she's going to be healing too. So maybe you want to wait a turn before she does this, but just so you know, I think she actually does start off with that ability right off the bat. And then with her ultimate ability here, she's going to be flipping 3 negative effects on self and all Shadowland allies. That one, I think she doesn't start off with it. I think it's a very, very long cooldown, you know, so we don't know exactly how and when this will come into effect. I think I think it needs 4 ability energies for her to be able to do it. So we'll see how this kind of works out. I feel like this might be a little bit too slow or too long of a cooldown. They probably need to start her off at 2 out of 4 in order for this to work. But I think that this starts up at like 0 out of 4. But it's good if it can happen early enough. But if not, then this is probably going to be irrelevant. And then with her passive ability here, when this character or any Shadowland ally drops below 50% health, apply defense up. So kind of similar to Squirrel Girl, right? I'm applying defense up to that character and fill the character's speed bar by 30%. And then in war, on turn, heal the most injured Shadowland ally for 15% of this character's max health. So I do like the additional sort of heal buffs with Night Nurse. I think for her, my biggest concern is her abilities and cooldown. I really like Elektra's rework. I think I like her rework the most so far, and definitely am excited about Moon Knight, and also excited, you know, for excited about Moon Knight, and definitely also excited as well, you know, for White Tiger. I think that they're going to be a pretty good team. I do like the reworks, do like the new character kits, and hoping that they're going to do well. Please make them be better than Skill Military. But like I said, I think my confidence is in the fact that they've said that a lot of this is subject to change. And I think that subject to change, well, not think, they've said it already, that their hopes is that this is going to be a top team, top war team that can counter a lot of other teams. So for me, that gives me a lot of confidence, you know, that eventually that this team, or hopefully this team, is going to be very good, you know. But like I said, a little reserved because of Skill Military. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are. Obviously, this was a lot to cover. 5 characters, right? 5 character kits. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are. Appreciate you guys watching the video. Y'all be blessed and y'all be safe.